getting back to what we were saying before, if the economy is okay, people will just throw arrows at the Fed, but the Fed has enough shields to protect itself from that. If the economy performs very poorly, inflation takes off, or the economy really turns down, then I think that's usually when you get more of this. Well, the Fed doesn't know what it's doing, so either you want to put the Fed on automatic pilot and say it's got to follow a particular rule because its discretionary judgment is poor, or then you get something more radical of saying, well, we can't trust the Fed, so we need to do something like a cryptocurrency, or we need to have a different approach to monetary policy. Since I'm not thinking that we're going to see some sort of radical change in the economy, at least over the next year or two, I think that's we're unlikely to get a lot of support for that. And I also think that there might be a few Republicans who would be very wary of touching the Federal Reserve Act. There would be some who would love to do it, but I think there would be a number who would be quite wary of doing that, because that could have very big impacts on inflation expectations, for example. And that's, if you suddenly started seeing more discussion about, well, we got to rein in the Fed, we got to bring that closer in and control it. I'm not so sure that the markets trust the politicians more than they trust the Fed. They may not love the Fed, but I'm not so sure that they trust the politicians more. You'd start to see interest rates on government debt going up very significantly, and I think that would send a very clear signal to the policymakers, like, well, maybe we don't want to do this.